Hey everybody, welcome back to Midas Letter Live. I'm here with my special friend, Special Ed. That's Special Ed. Say hello to the special people, Special Ed.
Good day, everyone.
And, yeah, so today we have a real doozy of a show for you today. We're going to talk about people getting kicked out of the United States just for having a little investment in the U.S. cannabis space. What else we got, Ed?
Well, I think we got to talk about some of the big marijuana companies. They keep losing.
It's over, folks. It's over.
Value.
It's over.
Well,
it's over.
I don't know if it's over.
It's over. That's not over.
It's not over, but it's not over. But it's
not over till the fat lady sings. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's not over.
Is that the?
Not over. It's not over. Notice we're a little late today. Monday.
Little late.
It's Monday. We're not quite on top of the game today, but. Yeah, a couple of interesting developments. What did you think about old Sam Znaimer out there on the West Coast?
Well, you know, what I want to find out.
Banned for life, Ed.
I want to find out if he's working for a listed U.S. company as opposed to a listed Canadian company, or if that matters. Maybe it doesn't matter.
How many U.S. listed companies are there? Where do they trade? The OTC bulletin board pink sheets. Do you think Sam Znaimer has any truck with any pink sheet bulletin board company?
I just want that someone to clarify. That's all. I'm not.
I could call him. I could call him right now, but I can tell you, the issue is that he was invested in Canadian listed companies with U.S. cannabis operations.
I want to find out that. I want to find out for sure.
And you want to know why that's happening? Because the U.S. government, in its usual sort of sneaky kind of
subversive.
Subversive and you know, like, I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it right now. Anyways, but they're you know, they're a little bit upset that the Canadians are dominating the cannabis industry in the States, and they're going to use every means at their disposal, sneaky, underhanded included, to stop us from dominating the U.S. cannabis space. That's what's going on there, people. What do you think? Let's hear from our American friends on YouTube.com and Facebook.com. Are those Facebook working yet? Yes? Yay! Facebook is back! Woo! Okay, and now the news. Aurora Cannabis, TSX-listed ACB, announced they have reached an agreement with Shopify Inc. Have you ever noticed that's the way people read the news? It's all serious. Where Shopify will assist in transitioning Aurora's current commerce site to a new Shopify-developed platform. How's that?
Aurora said that today.
Yeah, that's the Aurora news today.
And there was also news that Hyasynth did something with Aurora, isn't it?
I found it interesting that the Shopify guy, chief operating officer, whose name escapes me now, said, we didn't choose to go into cannabis, we were pushed that way. It's like, if I had a platform like Shopify and I didn't look at cannabis and go, boy, are we going to get ready for that, I think I'd be reconsidering my management team a little bit. Anyways, yes, so Shopify will assist in transitioning Aurora's current new platform to an e-commerce site that is developed by Shopify. It's expected or alleged to perhaps maybe improve the customer experience for Aurora's current and medical future adult consumer use customers. One of the key benefits of the Shopify platform is its rapid and seamlessly scalability as Aurora executes on is domestic and international expansion strategy. What, like Aurora couldn't have done that itself? I don't know. Sounds like a bit of a PR stunt to me.
Yeah.
Hyasynth Holdings, Ed, you know anything about this company operating in the United States, Canadian listed?
Yes.
Yes, and?
And they made a big announcement today. And there was very, very interesting stock action on Friday that I'd like to
address?
Specifically mention.
All right, hold it.
Let's put a chart up.
Okay, after the news.
After the news?
Blow through the news.
Okay.
And we're going to come back to Hyasynth.
We're going to come back to Hyasynth.
Back to the news. Hyasynth Holdings Corp., CSE listed HC, has hired Aurora Larson Projects, a subsidiary of Aurora Cannabis, TSE ACB, to design its cannabis cultivation facility at Coachella Grove near Palm Springs. That's a funny name for that company, you know, Aurora Larson. It's Thomas Larson, who I actually spent an afternoon flying about from greenhouse to greenhouse with. He's a Dutch guy.
Larson doesn't stand for larceny in this case.
Not in this case, at least not yet. Maybe I think his shares are still tied up. Hey, Ed, come on. What are you suggesting here? That there's any larceny in this industry anywhere? Come on, what? What about the, yeah, anyways, so back to the news. So, so Aurora Larson, a subsidiary wholly owned by Aurora Cannabis. Now, this is interesting. Does that mean that Hyasynth Holdings Corp could be regarded as maybe a bit of an Aurora Cannabis potential takeout target when the U.S. government stopped busting Canadians for being involved in the American cannabis space and decide to go legal themselves federally? Do you think that could be a possibility?
You know, California is an amazing place. The weather's great. 40 million people, like the 6th largest economy in the world. It's all right there, packaged in a pretty neat little spot. And you know, we've got the same market here, only it's spread out over a piece of land that's, you know, 100 times larger. You know, so maybe it makes sense for one of these companies to start looking at, you know, like this region, geography, California. Anyway, I think there's probably a little bit of pot being smoked in California as we speak.
Well, actually, some people say there's over 50,000 dispensaries operating there, 40,000 of which are now illegal since January 1st, 2018.
And the other 10,000 are legal.
Well, the other 10,000 have managed to jump through all the hoops, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and suck the appropriate raisin to get the effect they need, which is a license. I'm actually going down there. I'm going down to California tomorrow to investigate the situation.
Right.
I'm not invested, border guards, just in case you try to use this against me at the border. I'm not invested in any Canadian-listed companies operating in the United States. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah. I'm going down there as a media person, and we're going to examine the relationship between the big pharma lobby and the opiate crisis in the United States and Canada. Should be okay, should be no problem. Thomas Larson and his company are currently engaged with over 15 cannabis industry clients globally, including 5 Canadian producers.
And they designed the facility.
Design, build, engineer.
Right.
There is nobody who knows how to build an automated high-tech greenhouse like Tom Larson. I believe Larson's also involved with T-God.
Really?
The Green Organic Dutchman. Quite sure. Because don't forget, Aurora owns 20% of T-God.
Aurora's really got their tentacles out there, don't they?
They got their finger up thumb in every pie.
And every dike.
Every dike. And we're not talking women in comfortable shoes, are we, Ed? The Hydropothecary Corporation, symbol HEXO.
I like the other symbol better, personally.
Yeah, THCX. That's why every time I see that symbol, I just kind of like cringe.
Hexo.
Hexo.
Is the stock under
great name for a chemical company.
Has it been under a bit of a hex?
I don't know. We're going to come back to the charts here in a short while.
We're going to look at some charts because I think we're starting to see some evidence of some damage.
A collapse.
Not a collapse.
An inundation of negativity.
Well, look at, you know, one of the big winners last year, Cannabis Wheaton, which is now Oxley? Yeah, I think I saw it today trading at 91 cents. That's about 10% below that magic dollar barrier.
How is it possible that a stock with over 200 million sub 10-cent shares outstanding could be trading so lowly? It's beyond me, Edward.
It's wild. How it got to 297, now it's back to 97. In effect...
You don't know how it got to 297? Let me tell you. Quick one for from the fundamentalist crowd here. More buyers than sellers.
Yeah, the buyers overwhelm the sellers, and now the sellers are overwhelming the buyers.
Yeah, the buyers are gone, and the sellers are sitting on Muskoka Lake saying, go get another 2-4 and call that broker, tell them to hit the market.
Hit the bid.
Whack every bid until I've got another 100 grand in my bank account.
Right.
Okay, so getting back to the news, where was I? I lost my position here. See, I'm obviously not a professional newsletter reader. Anyways, let's start again. The Hydropothecary Corporation, symbol HEXO, announced the launch of Fleur de Lune, an intimate medical cannabis oil. Intimate medical cannabis oil. Ed.
Intimate.
What do you think that could mean? I think they might mean slippery. It's a slippery connote intimacy to you.
Yeah, kinda.
Kind of a almost. One might argue that extreme slipperiness is a prerequisite for extreme intimacy.
You might say that. You know, if you know slipperiness.
I'm stumping you today, aren't I?
I'm
a little bit too all over the map for you today, aren't I?
Flummoxed.
Flummoxed.
Once again.
This is what happens when we're late. Fleur de Lune is a THC oil product based in an odorless, tasteless MCT oil. Do you know what MCT is? Mineral, I can't remember. Each 60 milliliter bottle contains up to 600 milligrams of THC. Whoa, wait a sec here.
What are you doing? You using this for...
No, I'm serious.
For slipperiness, or are you using this to drink it?
I'm beginning to wonder. 600 milligrams of THC in a 60 milliliter bottle, so basically 10% THC. Yeah, what are you doing? How do you... I see you have a reluctant partner who you want to be intimate with, so you jam this bottle down their throat, and suddenly they're high, and they're like, take me, I'm yours. That's super intimacy. No, that's okay.
Jamming it down your throat.
What? Jesus, where are you going with this?
No.
This is a G-rated show, you know.
I'm quoting you.
In other news, Golden Leaf Holdings, CSE listed, GLH, announced the introduction of several cannabis concentrate lines in the state of Nevada through its wholly owned subsidiary Greenpoint, Nevada. Through its Nevada operations, Golden Leaf products are currently being sold in more than half the dispensaries in the state. Tetro Biopharma Inc., TSX Venture listed, TBP, announced an agreement with Storz and Bickel. Storz and Bickel? Boy, that's an interesting name. Storz and Bickel to use a specialized medical device known as the Mighty Medic in combination with its PPP-001 prescription drugs. What is going on with the news today, Ed?
I don't know.
It's all sounding just a little bit, I don't know.
Surreal.
Salacious?
Yeah, there seems to be an element, lasciviousness.
There's a level
lasciviousness
in the news today.
Yes.
And that's
Lewdness.
No wonder the stocks are slipping.
Sliding away.
Whoa. The Mighty Medic is a portable herbal vaporizer for cannabis use approved by Health Canada as a Class 11 medical device. I wonder what classes 1 to 10
didn't our friend Blady's company, G-Tech, make an announcement today? It had a nice bounce.
I'm getting to that.
It was in the low 70s. Okay, okay. Never mind.
It will interrupt the news to bring you this news. Then we'll come back to this news.
Which will be this news?
I think he's in the list.
Okay,
if he's not, we can talk about it. Okay, but we'll go to that press release.
I'm just trying to seem helpful here.
Okay. Anyways, the agreement allows Tetra to bring PPP-001 to patients suffering from chronic pain conditions, significantly expanding the market potential for PPP-001. PPP-001 is a cannabinoid-based product that is currently being studied in a Phase 3 Health Canada-approved clinical trial for advanced cancer pain. Can you tell I'm in a hurry? I'm in a bit of a hurry. Hyasynth Capital Holdings Inc., CSE-listed IAN, announced conversion of $20 million in debentures.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh,
so that'll mean there's more shares now trading.
Yeah, but it'll also mean they got more money in the kitty. So the conversion is scheduled to be effective August 16, 2018.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's when they redeem the convertible debenture and they give away shares. Yeah, that's a liquidity event for all the shareholders of Hyasynth. Doesn't mean more money in the kitty. The money came in when they issued the convertible debenture. Cannabis MedTech.
But it means that the company won't have to pay interest on those debentures, so their cash flow will improve.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a break.
Well, if they're
Nobody
being
really
converted,
wants to pay
that's the end of paying interest.
That's correct.
That's what you're saying.
That's
the point.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
It takes that liability away from the management.
Yeah.
And it makes everybody else nervous.
Okay. The Cannabis MedTech Data Analytics Agreement will provide... Oh, wait, Cannabis MedTech Inc. CSE listed, MTEC. Remember those guys? They're the guys who are doing the online education in cannabis. They announced the signing of a letter of intent with Nature's Hemp Inc. Cannabis MedTech Data Analytics Agreement will provide Nature's Hemp industry insight and analytical modeling capabilities to their business models and key performance indicators. Cannabis will collect data from various credible sources to enhance user persona data algorithms for Cannabis.me. Nanosphere Health Sciences Inc., CSE listed NSHS, announced that their cannabis brand Evolve Formulas will partner with Jeff Friesen, a former NHL player and marijuana advocate, in a campaign to educate athletes about the benefits of cannabis as a natural health supplement.
These
This
guys
is instead of hockey.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys are they have a lot of a lot of professional athletes. The price they pay is a pain, like a lot of pain, like
Yes.
you know, all kinds of pain.
Pain.
House of pain.
It's a pain. Pain.
And
G-Tech Holdings Inc. Lead. G-Tech Holdings
If I'm not moving
Limited,
quickly, you can
Ed.
call me Lead.
TSX Venture listed G-Tech announced their
Yes.
wholly owned subsidiary Zenalytic Laboratories received its dealer's license from Health Canada.
Wow.
That's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
Zen Labs is now authorized to perform analytical testing on cannabis and specific cannabinoids. So they're jumping in, throwing their hat in the analytical testing ring along with Anandia Labs. Well, that's good that we've got another one in there.
So those the only two that you know of in that space?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hear good things about the people that are involved, that are putting their name on that deal. Norton Singhavon, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
And I've played golf with that gentleman. He seems like a pretty good operator, from what I hear.
Yeah.
And
Good golfer.
pretty good golfer for apparently, and he took it up quite late. I think our buddy
Mike Blady took him under his wing.
took a little bit of tutelage there, you know, a
Little tutelage.
yeah.
Little toodaloo.
So those that you know, until that a lot of the stock comes free trading, there's not many shares in that deal.
You know what I hate, Ed? I hate Apple computers. Do you know how often this piece of junk wants me to update it? And then it likes to blow open a whole bunch of reminders from programs I don't have any business with and put them in front of what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah, I don't have Apple.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you did, you'd be frustrated. I'm starting to think about going back to Microsoft. I know, blasphemy for Apple users, but this thing is really becoming a frustrating piece of junk in my universe. Anyways, let's see. Where is
I just think everything in the technology space, it's everything just seems to get more and more complicated.
Yeah.
You know, more pop-ups, more this, more that.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, yeah, more interstitials, more things that pop up when you don't want them, more things asking for the data. Okay, let's look at the chart. Here we are on the front page. NDI is live. Look at that,
There we
Ed.
go.
What the hell is going on here? Major market is down 5.51%.
Yeah, we've got some of the big ones. The big ones. Now that index was you changed the composition recently. Okay.
It was readjusted.
But look at it now again. Here we are. Mm-hmm. I got to be careful.
What's going on there, Eddie? Going through the. What happened there? Did you lose something?
You know what? Look. Any way you cut it, we just have to look over here. Weeds down 4%. Aurora Cannabis is down 6.5%.
Look at MedMen, down 11.29%.
I know. This is a ugly day.
Yeah, this is about as bad as it gets.
This.
Should we call this Black Monday?
Black Monday.
Or Dark Green Monday?
Or Dark Green Monday.
Dark Green Monday. Everything is down. Afria is down 7%. Aurora is down 6.5%. Everything is down. Actually, wheat is the one that's holding on the best in the large cap index.
Yeah, and I bet you it's traded.
Look at MedMen. The wind is coming out of MedMen harder than anyone else, followed only by CanTrust.
This is an ugly day.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the one-day chart, Ed, because I want to hear from you what it is that we're going. So look at the sell-off just began right in the morning.
Right up the morning.
So MMCap, BMO, Canaccord are all dumping shares like crazy.
And what I want to point out here is there was not much of a bounce, even though it looked like a bounce, but then it just sort of moved sideways.
Yeah.
Distribution.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ed.
Distribution.
When you see this big sell-off in the morning here, this is the institutional trade right here.
What do they say?
Institutions do all their trades in the morning, and then they go golfing.
Pink in morning, traders warning. Pink in morning.
Well,
Sailors.
red sky
traders,
at night, sailor's delight.
Right.
Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning.
Traders warning.
Trader's warning. Well,
We saw pink.
pink. So if you look at that institutional trade from 9:30 to 10:30, the first hour of selling, it's been more or less stable since then, right across the day. So essentially, what we have here is some big institutional player, I bet, notwithstanding, it's just decided to, you know, like unceremoniously leave the party, and probably they need to, they've just bought, I bet you, let's see, I know there's been 4 big sales on Muskoka Lake last week, like 4 $5 million plus mansions. I have it on good authority from my little birds on the ground there that they're all cannabis guys. All cannabis
buying or
investors,
selling?
traders, buying.
Buying. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Who would have thought that the drug dealers in this country are going to own the nicest houses on Lake Muskoka? Anyway.
All right. Well, there. Okay. So let's look at weed, though. Let's look at specifically.
Weed specifically. Okay. Here I go, punching up weed with the handy dandy Midas Letter stock machine,
okay.
which is WEED.
No,
Enter.
Didn't click.
Oh, I just hit enter.
Oh, okay. Oh, it did click.
All right. Now
okay.
we're going to go to full
Now.
screen. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You buttoned in?
Yeah.
You fastened? Da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So, you know.
You know, you'd want to see this hold in here.
Canopy holds.
In here, you'd want to see this, but now it looks like it's rallied back significantly. Those long tails are usually an indication that maybe we're due for a rally. Like, yeah, I think we got this may be a short
buying opportunity?
Maybe.
Everybody should jump back in there? Do you own any, first of all, canopy growth?
No.
Okay, so it's not like you're talking your book here.
No. I'm just saying, look, there's got to be a lot of people here. This is getting boring for owners of marijuana stocks. Day after day after day of capital erosion.
Well, I mean, day after day. It's been
I know,
a couple of weeks.
And do you notice we go back to, it was right around the time they put the date out again.
Yeah.
You know, anyway, we talked about that.
All right.
So let's look at something else now.
Small caps, maybe?
Yeah, let's look at a couple there, because I want to mention one in particular.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me. Now you're going to talk your book. Cannabis. Okay, which index?
Well, let's look at the Midas Letter small cap.
Small cap cannabis?
Yeah.
These are all companies trading between $100 million and $500 million market cap. Survey says, oops, there we go. Let's see what's happening there.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, so the biggest market cap ones are all down.
Put up the...
Which company do you want to see?
I want to look at...
Spit it out. Spit it out. Let's look at all of them.
Well, let's look at...
FSD, huge. Down a penny. See, here's a story. Here's Anthony Durkash making us all look like fools again. Yeah, 17 cents, holding its value there. If all the traders are in at 9, when do they get to sell the stock? I'm not sure. It wasn't free trading, was it? No. So that's one thing. Anyways, American. Yeah, everything's sucking
Put up the chart for Hyasynth, HC.
HC. Let's see if we go by. I don't believe it qualifies as...
It's not in this group.
Okay.
What I don't like here, again, I got to be careful. I got this. I don't like the way this... If we could put up a bigger chart. Can we put up a bigger chart?
Oh, of course, Ed.
So we get a... Yeah, see this, you know, we bounce off hard here.
Yeah.
Bounce off hard here.
Yeah.
These are all the same kind of... And now it looks as though this is getting more comfortable. And I'm going to say if this thing breaks and like this, you know, it doesn't look good. I got to tell you, it doesn't look good. Like I wish I could say it looked great. But anyway, I'm sounding like a broken record here.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Keep going.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, like we had a lot of fun in here, folks. Lots of fun.
Oh, that's the big accumulation phase,
And
isn't it?
and we got into New Year and.
Here's what's happening on the fundamental side, Ed.
Okay.
These guys in the cannabis space, everybody who got in from here to here, have made so much money, probably more than they've ever made before in their lives in a single market, in a single bull market, except for perhaps some long-in-the-tooth old dogs. So what they're doing is it's July. The weather is fine. They've got stock trading accounts full, and they don't have a cottage. So they're going out and buying cottages. They're traveling the world. They're taking their families to Cannes, to Amalfi, to all of the #1 European destinations to all of those places. That's what's happening here. And they're having to finance that through the sale of marijuana stocks. So, when's the next value catalyst? October 17th. When is this sell-off going to stop? Probably by mid-August, when everybody starts coming back to work and going, oh boy, now I got to make some money again. So, what does this mean? Fundamentally, this is the setup for an accumulation phase, because this market is being revalued to the downside in its typical summer doldrum format. If we had a conversation right now with our good friend Jason Spatafora, he would say, I was right. And he was right. He was basically saying he starts buying his stock towards the end of the summer, and then he sells it all before as soon as the new year starts happening, because that's when they peak out. And certainly that was what happened this year. Yeah. So, well, there you have it. So let's go look at CSE. You want to see Hyhampton, how that press release is affecting Hyhampton.
But I wanted to point out something about Hyhampton.
All right. I'm going to see Hyhampton next week. I'm going to see the CEO.
You're going to meet
David
Argudo, yeah.
He's helping us with our film project. Hyhampton Holdings, up a penny on the day. Okay, so there's something.
So here's what...
961,000 shares traded.
Yeah, you know, you're right at support here in the 60 range. I noticed on Friday it got down to 59 briefly, but it bounced off it. This is. I like to see this kind of action down here as an entry point. You know, and we should get a bit of a bounce here. And we got quite, I think, the biggest volume in probably several months, which is a good sign. Now we should point out to the viewers that I think 20 million shares or 30 million shares became free trading today.
30 million?
I think they raised 19 million at 60 cents. That's about 30 million.
Yeah.
30 million shares.
Well, that would certainly explain the...
but look, you see here,
the volume to the downside.
It moved up here dramatically, and then we had sharp down days. Now that the news is out and the stock is free trading, maybe that's the bottom for a while. Because the market cap isn't crazy on this one. You know, it's not like it's trading at 200 or 300 million.
Nope. Yeah, well, that explains why the big sell-off. But you know, that's to be expected. I'll bet you there's a lot of financings that are coming free trading in this current climate. And that's adding to the shopping impetus. It's the
dilution.
It's the LGS scenario. Let's go shopping.
More and more paper.
Wall of paper. Wall of paper coming at you, baby. Poor pot stocks. Anyways, but you know, this is going to end up in another buying accumulation phase, and it's just going to take a little while. I know that all of the mining guys are looking at this and going, "It's over finally."
Look at this Emerald Health. This thing was $9, and now it's $250 or $260 or $270. EMH is the ticker.
Yeah.
And what did they just announce? They got hit hard by something, some news.
Let's take a look. Well, the news wasn't news. It was the lack of news.
Therapies hit hard on BC supply deal bypass.
Yeah, so what happened was the BC Liquor Board announced all of the companies that it had done a deal with, the BC Liquor Distribution Branch, and almost every company that's listed on in the Canadian exchanges who was in BC got a mention in that they would be a supplier, and Emerald Health did not. Now, I spoke to CEO Bernie Hertel on the weekend, and he said, hey, we weren't trying to be part of that. It's Emerald Health Therapeutics. Health, hello. Secondly, have you ever tried to be a product vendor to any of the provincial liquor agencies? What they do is they take your testicles like this, Ed, and they go like this. So you say, okay, we'll only make a penny per unit, and then you have a deal. So, good for Emerald Health for not falling prey to that ball-squeezing tactic of the provincial, liquor agencies. It's a sucker's game. If you're relying on that to become a billion-dollar profitable company, you're playing a sucker's game, and you're never going to do it. While the market generally takes this and tries to, convey it as a major disaster, I say that I'm looking at Emerald Health with fresh eyes again, because I know that they're not going to take any stupid deal that comes along.
Yeah, well, I'll just point out to you, though, if you put up a, let's see, that's a daily chart there. That's a terrible looking chart, I got to be honest with you. Like,
well, I mean, every cannabis company in existence has this chart today, Ed.
yes.
So let's look at the 1 month. That looks pretty horrible. But if we look down here, that might suggest, whoa, has it reversed?
Yeah, well, there's going to be a bounce, there's no question. But like, in the volume, of course, the volume can go up because if the same, at a reduced price, you can get more shares for less money.
Yeah.
And anyway, you know what?
I'm going to take a look at our YouTube page. We haven't said hello to our illustrious audience yet. I was hoping that we could get into the show a bit and they wouldn't notice that we were late and start to, cast aspersions on our character for being late. Let's see, my channel. Where is it? There we are. Here we go. 25 watching today. Oh boy, let's just listen to ourselves. Anyways, here we go. Let's say hello to Freedom Unleashed is always here. Freedom Unleashed says, I go across the border often. I slipped up once when they asked what I did, and I told them everything I do plus invest in the markets. They asked what I invest in, and in the sectors I mentioned, I also mentioned cannabis. Pulled over for 3 hours and my vehicle ransacked. There you go. What are you going to do down in LA? I'm going to do a little golf. I'm going to dine at fine restaurants, and I'm going to sleep with a celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah, I made the mistake once when I was traveling to Philadelphia. They said, what are you doing in Philadelphia? I said, working. Guess what?
You can't say that, Ed. You're Canadian.
I know, but when I thought working, really was going to meetings. Apparently you can go to meetings in the States. That's allowed.
Yeah. You can go and you can conduct business there as a Canadian business person with an American business person, as long as you're not taking work away from an American.
Right.
That's what the guys at the border get their heads all in a tizzle about. So it's that simple. All right, there's Stefan Mueller. Welcome, Stefan. Guten Tag. Guten Abend. Riker's dad, 420, aka Fat Dabs. Fat Dabs. And I'm leaving. Bye! Freedom Unleashed. We already talked to you. Mr. Lancelot. Hello. Jennifer Grant. Any Live Well news? Any Live Well news? No Live Well news. No Live Well news. Justin. Hello, Justin. How are you? Marlon Picasso. Look at this. We got our regular crew here now.
Justin Trudeau?
No, Justin Marshall from Texas. No, from California. Yeah, from California. Justin.
You will see him tomorrow.
Oh, he's... Justin, I'm coming down there tomorrow. We're going to be in Los Angeles tomorrow. No, we're going to be in Santa Monica tomorrow. And we're going to look you up. Freedom Unleashed. More comments. Waiting and Weed. Good day, gents. Hello, Mr. Waiting and Weed. I like the sound of that. I hope you're not crossing the border, Waiting and Weed. That would be disastrous. All right, now let's take a big fat chance with our lives and our audience and go over and see if there's actually something happening on Facebook today. Ooh, there it was. Here it is. 8 peeps. 8 peeps. Betty Hunter says hello. Hello, Betty.
Hello, Betty.
Matthew Weber. Check out Tetro Biopharma. We just talked about Tetro Biopharma. Pat Quirk says extra large tampon day. Can we say that on this show? Pat, please. There's ladies present. What do you mean by that anyways? Never mind. We know what you mean by that. Boy, it's amazing, this, like, we could never do this on BNN.
No, you couldn't. This is raw.
This is raw. This is as raw as it gets. Okay, well, so for those of you who were wondering about the Ask Me Anything we had last Friday, where Ben Smith and I answered 2.5 hours worth of questions from weed stocks on Reddit, and now you're all complaining because there's no transcript there. Well, our poor transcriber, who is bleeding from the eyes as we speak, has been working at transcribing our nonstop psychobabble for the entire weekend, and she's now depressed and suicidal and, as I said, bleeding from the eyes, but her transcript will be up at some point today. So we'll have the questions, the deliberation, the answer from Ben, the answer from me, the rebuttal to Ben, the rebuttal from me, the next question. It's going to be a thing of beauty. It's only going to cost us like $800 to put that thing up, but there's a lot of new users here from Reddit, thanks to that.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, so welcome everybody. Otto Lee's got a got a, oh, XLY crashes. You are spot on. Where is the bottom? He's talking XLY, that was Oxley. Let's go pull up an Oxley chart and hurl some abuse at them for a while, just because we haven't. Let's see, where's my, I need my, oh, did I close that? What a, let's see, we don't want my news up there. Where is, we need this, keep doing this. Cannabis, Canada Tennis Index. Then let's go for XLY. Boy, oh boy, you know, if we were like, if we were a big time broadcast station, there would be like a whole bunch of people whose job it was to pull up the chart and put it in front of us.
Look at this, 89 cents, down 7%. That chart.
Go full screen for maximum abusive joy.
Yeah, yeah. I remember.
Well, so it's got the same look as every chart in the market
I know,
today.
but you know, there's something about in technical when a stock, when you get this major advance and you get this action here, and everybody's thinking it's going to go forever, but then you break a level. We saw this happen in here. There's a level there.
Yeah.
And it's broken it.
Yeah.
And it tries to go through, but then this level, which used to be support, now becomes resistance.
Yeah.
So there's your resistance.
Yeah.
And this thing, I mean, I'd say probably
it's broken through the resistance. What does that mean?
It means that
Katie bar the door.
The resistance as in
resistance is futile.
You know,
we're just the metaphor.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Good. So you know what's going to happen here? Why? Look at these things. Look at this.
Yeah, that's where it went up.
And you know, these companies don't make any money. They don't make any money
at
some point.
Whoa.
Well,
soft,
some of them do.
Soft. Afria, 10 quarters in a row of profitability. 10 quarters. Afria.
Name another one.
Canopy Growth, up $78 million in 2027 fiscal 2017. Small profitability, but mind you, they're still buying everything.
Yeah.
But profitable.
Yeah.
Profitable. I mean, I can't say enough about Afria. 10 quarters in a row.
But I mean, look at all the people that are in this thing. Okay, that are in, and volume will tell you.
I'd say all those people are gone. Here they are leaving. This is them sneaking out the back door. Well, make a new plan, Stan. No need to be coy, Roy. That's them going.
We've had now 1, 2, 3,
That's why they changed
4,
the name,
5,
maybe.
6, 7 red days in a row.
Yeah. You think they changed the name so that everybody forgets about this little debacle?
It could be.
Here's an idea. Let's change the name.
And let's change it again.
And we'll change the business. We'll go back to mining after this.
Change it back, yeah.
Well, you know,
okay.
Dark days in the cannabis space. Ed, we're going to roll a clip right now from our conversation a little bit earlier with Greg Engel, CEO of Organigram, and he's going to tell us about this technology where they make THC and CBD from yeast without growing a single plant.
What?
Hey, welcome back to the Midas Letter Live. We're coming to you from the Exchange Tower in the financial center of the universe in Canada in downtown Toronto. And my guest this segment is Greg Engel, CEO of Organigram, trading on the TSX Venture under the symbol OGI. Greg, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Greg, I would like to talk to you today about your recent announcement about a strategic investment in Hyasynth Biologicals. Let's start off with how much money did you give them? How much do you own?
Yeah, so the full details of our equity ownership have not been released yet. That'll be released on closing, but we are committed to putting $10 million into them. So they're an early stage biotech company, but they've got a proven technology. And the proven technology is taking yeast, doing an alteration of the yeast to splice a gene in that produce olivetolic acid, which is the precursor for cannabinoids, and then they use enzymes to convert that into CBG, CBD, and THC. This has incredible potential to really change the marketplace in terms of producing at a low cost, on large scale, on a reproducible basis, a phytocannabinoid that is identical to that the plants produce.
No kidding. This is some weird science.
It's very exciting. So
how does it work?
Well, so basically what you're doing, I mean, you think of fermentation. We all understand fermentation for beverage alcohol, right? So instead of taking these yeasts and inserting the gene that would produce the various precursor molecules, olivotolic acid, as I outlined, and then using proprietary enzymes to convert that into within the pathway of phytocannabinoids into CBG and then into CBD and then to THC, and where the value is such is that this can be an API or an active pharmaceutical ingredient for pharmaceutical products because you're getting a pure product out of this. Or you could mix it for the adult recreational market with plant-derived products so that you're not only getting the THC or CBD, but you're also getting minor cannabinoids as well, right? So it presents an opportunity for derivative-based products, for pharmaceutical products, to really be a game changer in terms of what the market looks like. So it's very exciting, and it's very different than the synthetic cannabinoids that are being developed right now, because this is, many products such as insulin and many vitamins are produced with this methodology. It's not just about alcohol, but there's lots of products produced in this manner.
Is that right, eh? So then this is basically you're able to replicate the entourage effect of all of the cannabinoids and CBDs, CBGs present for maximum effect, I guess.
Yeah, you're going to have those core major cannabinoids, and then you're going to potentially add a plant-based for some product extract so that you can get those minor cannabinoids to have the entourage effect. So, and again, where I think this really presents tremendous opportunity is as we move into edible products, derivative-based products, food products, and beverages, then you're in a position to have a source that can be infinitely scalable, right? If you think of this, all you need to do to increase production is add another bioreactor and continue the process. So I see it playing a role in terms of the tremendous potential for us as a company and the partnership that we've formed with Hyasynth, and it's great to invest in a Canadian company as well and advance
It's a Canadian technology then?
Canadian technology based out of Montreal, and the research group and Kevin Chan, who's the CEO there, is a phenomenal group, and we've been talking to them for almost a year now before getting this deal done.
Fantastic. What about the cost to produce a similar quantity of extract via this method? Is it similar? Is it cheaper?
Yeah, so they've been originally operating under an exemption license, and now they have a dealer's license as well. So they've been producing on small scale, kind of tabletop, and our investment is really towards working on a contract manufacturing site for them to maximize their process and really make sure that it gets up and running, and then secondly to build their own facility. So again, this is not about the scale that you're talking about for a cannabis facility. It's really still a small scale pharmaceutical biotech facility. So we should be able to produce major cannabinoids at a fraction of the cost that we use today to produce them from plant-based.
So is it conceivable that at some point this might actually replace plant agricultural cannabis production?
In part. So it has the potential to do that in part, because if you think the difference is, we believe there's always going to be a place for plant-based product, and certainly, for example, why our focus on producing a premium flower is there's always going to be a demand for a premium flower. But as you move into those derivative-based products, it has the potential to be a source that can replace a lot of the production that's plant-based. So it's a really exciting opportunity for us and a great partnership that we're very excited about.
Yeah, well, it sounds fascinating. I'm going to look forward to visiting that factory too, because that sounds like a complete innovation in the space, and really interested to see where it goes.
It is. It has the potential to be game changing, and we're glad to be working with them.
Right. Well, let's leave it there for now. We'll come back to you soon and see what else is new. Thanks for joining me again, Greg.
Okay. Thanks, James.
Socrates.
Yeah, Socrates.
I know one thing, I know nothing.
Socrates. No, not Socrates. Sorry, Plato.
Socrates was after Plato.
Socrates was the son of Plato. Or not the son, but the disciple. Student.
And then Aristotle was...
Aristotle was the disciple, student of...
Plato.
Socrates.
Plato.
Plato?
S-P-A. Spa. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle.
Is that how you remember that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Spa.
Ed, we're back on.
Okay, spa.
So what do you think? Can't CBD, THC from yeast that they can create in bioreactors that essentially create enough CBD and THC to supply all products currently sold in North America today in a single 2-week period in a space the size of like a small warehouse. No plants required, no growing required.
And it's
THC,
chemically, it's the same.
identical, same effect. They can even blend the microcannabinoids to achieve certain entourage effects that some of the some of the hardcore users look for. I don't imagine that the flavor is going to be very good, though.
Like rye THC.
Well, it's like saying, okay, we're going to take some alcohol, and then we're going to take some grain flavor and some malt color, and we're going to blend it together, and it should taste just like whiskey. That ain't going to happen.
No.
But for things like, topical creams, where you're not actually tasting, unless you're real crazy, you eat topical cream, and or your child gets his hands on it, then yeah, what do you
well, you know what? What is this? Where is this all going? In other words, if that starts to happen, isn't that going to cut into the?
Well, it's going down right now.
Maybe that's why it's going down.
Okay, is the market going to close the week down, or is it going to rebound? There's my technical question.
Ask me this next Monday.
That's spoken like a true technical analyst. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen with the market afterwards.
It has, you know what, I don't, this is not a prediction, this is what it looks like to me. It looks like we've got a lot of nervous Nellies out there, and they're selling their positions because they can't take the pain anymore. Because, if you're in at higher prices, which a lot of the retail are, when I say retail, there's usually three groups: retail, wholesale, and fairy tale. Oh, what do we got here? Just a second. Anyway, I say, I think there's a lot of pressure here. I think we're going to have days of up days, but I think generally speaking, the trend looks lower until that changes.
Yeah.
I don't want to catch a falling knife. I'd rather wait till the knife drops and then pick it up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, well, so that's our brief broadcast today. We don't have any THC products for you. We don't have any guests. We don't have anything except ourselves. Tomorrow, we're going to attempt to come to you live from Los Angeles. Ed, are you going to be here?
I don't think I'll be here.
Ed won't be here. Ben Smith will be here with Vic Neufeld from Afria will be here tomorrow.
Are we going to do something on Wednesday?
I'm not going to be here on Wednesday. I'm going to be in Los Angeles all week, Edward.
All week.
All week. Steve Meisner's going to be in here.
If Steve going to be here Wednesday?
Steve's going to try a couple of things. He's going to do a couple of guests. He's going to try to carry the stream, carry the camera.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But we're going to do a lot from Los Angeles via Skype. We're going to try a whole bunch of experimentation.
Okay, well, I'll be in the city later in the week, and maybe I can come by and say hello to...
You're going to be in LA this week?
No.
Oh.
No, in the city of Toronto.
Okay, I won't be back here till Saturday.
Okay.
But if you're in LA, drop me a line. Let's see if we can connect. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to be busy trying to shoot some documentary footage. We're going to go visit the MedMen store in Los Angeles, recently opened.
Right.
We're going to go visit Jetty Extracts up in Oakland,
California. What happened to that stock today? It got pounded. It was the biggest loser. MedMen.
MedMen was the biggest billion-dollar loser.
Down 11, I think.
Down 11 points, 434. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at MedMen before we sign off and say goodbye and sayonara and all that nonsense. Look at that. There's Oxley.
Oxley's looking ugly. Maybe they're going to change the name to Ugly.
That would be symbol UGLY.
Isn't there a fruit called the ugly fruit?
Yeah, there is.
It's related to an orange or something?
Yeah, it's a citrus fruit. It's from, I think it's from the Philippines. Here we go. Cannex Holdings. Let's see how Cannex did today. This is the company we're going to go look at. 89 cents, holding its own. Look at that.
Look at that.
Abdication of interest. But don't worry, the interest is going to come back on Cannex. You know why, Ed? Because we're going down. We're going to make a documentary film.
You're going to beat the drum.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try some of the Jetty extracts, and if I can't speak, I'm buying the stock. Put it that way. No, I can't buy the stock because then they'll stop me at the border. Ooh! If they stop me at the border, then I can't buy the stock. Anyways, no, we don't know what we're doing. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks anyways. Bye, everybody.
Take care.